Stuck in Cruelty. The Case Against Glue Traps and Why These Must Be Banned by H.G.FASS. They are sold in hardware stores for just a few dollars. Small adhesive sheets, packaged and sold under the false promises of being easy, effective, and humane. But behind the marketing deception lies a hidden cruelty, an everyday form of suffering that plays out quietly in homes, warehouses, and restaurants. These are glue traps, devices designed to immobilize animal life through a slow and torturous process. At first glance, they may appear harmless to some, but in reality, glue traps are instruments of severe cruelty, environmental danger, and are fundamentally ineffective in solving any systemic pest issue. It is high time to finally take a closer look, and to understand why banning them is both a moral imperative and a greater societal good. Cruel and unnecessary suffering. Glue traps work by coating a flat surface with a powerful adhesive coating. When an animal, typically a mouse, rat, lizard, or even a bird, steps across, they become stuck. What follows is not a quick death, but rather a prolonged one where life does not end, but is rather squeezed out slowly through unimaginable physical and psychological trauma, fear, dehydration, and eventual starvation. Animals caught in glue traps often panic, struggling with such intensity that they peel their own skin or break bones. Mice have been documented gnawing off their legs in a desperate attempt to escape. Birds rip out feathers, while reptiles tear away scales. More often, they simply succumb to exhaustion, starvation, dehydration, or shock, sometimes after days of lingering torment. The Humane Society of the United States has called glue traps among the cruelest pest control products ever created by mankind for use on the market. In the United Kingdom, the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, RSPCA, reports regular cases of non-target victims found entangled: robins, sparrows, hedgehogs, even household pets. And these are not just pests. Scientific research continues to reveal the emotional and cognitive richness of rodents. Studies published in Science and Nature Neuroscience show rats not only experience pain, but demonstrate empathy, freeing trapped companions when given the choice. With this knowledge, knowingly condemning them to days of torture cannot be justified. A hidden danger to humans and the environment. Needless gratuitous cruelty is reason enough to take a hard look at and ban glue traps, but the dangers go even further. These traps are indiscriminate silent killers by design. A curious kitten, a puppy, or even a child could easily come into contact with these adhesive traps. Veterinary reports document cats losing paw pads or ingesting glue while trying to escape. In some cases, pets have required life-saving surgery to survive after entanglement. Wildlife face similar risks. Frogs, lizards, bats, and many so-called beneficial insects are frequently unintended casualties of these sticky landmines, disrupting ecosystems and depleting populations already under considerable strain. Then there is the public health risk. The US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention warns against the use of glue traps for rodents. Why? Because trapped, injured animals urinate, defecate, and sometimes bleed on the trays, raising exposure to diseases like hantavirus and salmonella. If the goal is protecting human health, glue traps do the absolute opposite by littering hidden areas of human habitation with the tormented and torn corpses of its animal victims, only to rot and decay. Finally, the disposable, non-biodegradable nature of glue boards adds to the growing problem of plastic pollution, creating environmental waste while offering no solution to pest problems. A false promise of effectiveness. For all this suffering and risk, glue traps fail at their supposed purpose. Studies in pest management science have shown that they capture only a fraction of rodent populations. Rodents are intelligent, quick to learn, and often avoid suspicious new objects after seeing others become stuck. More importantly, glue traps treat symptoms rather than causes. Rodents, insects, and other urban wildlife don't appear randomly and for no reason. They are drawn by sources of food, water, and shelter. Unless these attractants are proactively addressed, killing them will never stop more from arriving. Instead of solving the problem, glue traps create a cycle of horrendous cruelty without offering any solution whatsoever. This is why many governments are taking action. In New Zealand, glue traps are banned outright under animal welfare laws. In Ireland, Wales, and parts of Australia, stricter regulations aim to eliminate their use. Public opinion is shifting, backed by mountains of evidence and common sense, that they are neither morally defensible nor offer any tangible good. Humane solutions. Thankfully, there are alternatives that are not only more compassionate, they are effective and work, offering a practical solution that ends needless suffering while also delivering clean, healthy, and pleasing environments for people. Integrated pest management, or IPM, is one such solution. It focuses on effective, proactive prevention, sealing entry points, improving sanitation, and reducing or eliminating food availability. In one study conducted in New York City schools, IPM reduced mouse sightings by nearly 80%, far outperforming poison and traps. Live capture traps offer another viable option. These devices safely contain an animal without injury, allowing for relocation when possible. Advances in design mean they minimize stress and are reusable, offering both humane handling and sustainability. For insects, natural deterrents such as peppermint oil sprays, diatomaceous earth, or electronic ultrasonic repellents provide effective defenses. Even something as simple as airtight food storage and proper waste disposal can drastically reduce infestations. The point is clear: we can keep our homes and businesses clean and safe without inflicting days of needless suffering. Humane methods work, they last, and they align with our values. Conclusion: choosing compassion. Glue traps ultimately reveal more about ourselves than about the animals they seek to ensnare. They show that in trying to protect our spaces, we turn a blind eye to suffering. But it doesn't have to be this way. The science is clear. Glue traps are cruel. They are hazardous, and they are ineffective. Their continued use isn't a necessity, it is a choice. A choice that tells the world whether we value convenience over compassion, false short-term fixes over honest common-sense solutions. But ending their use is also a valuable opportunity, an opportunity to impact change and to affirm the values of empathy and respect that strengthen not just our treatment of animals, but our shared humanity as a whole. Because every step we take to reduce cruelty, even to the smallest creatures, brings us closer to a more just, more compassionate society. In the end, banning glue traps is about much more than just protecting animals. It's about protecting who we are as a society and the kind of world we wish to live in. A world where needless cruelty, in any form, has no place. It's the least we can do, and the very best goal any society could ever have. Thank you.